A taller, they have two heights when you buy pressure canners, and the taller pressure canners generally will hold a double stack of pints. If I use the right jars, mine will hold 9 on the bottom and 9 on the top. And I have two pressure canners that I haven't used in a while, but I still have them. And so I could fit 18 pints in one pressure canner and 18 pints in the other pressure canner. So it would be to my advantage if I was going to can something in pints to do 36 pints at a time. Now, reason being that I feel that way is that if you're going to drag everything out and mess up your kitchen and, derail your day and mess up your kitchen and you have to clean it, you may as well end up with, instead of doing 9 pints or 18 pints, you may as well end up with 36 pints and have it done for a while. I have been wanting to can meats. I used to do that. I have done hamburger. I have done chicken. I think I did chicken. I did turkey for sure. Hamburger, turkey. I've done things that have meat in them. Chili, bean soup, cabbage soup. Can't remember everything right now, but at any rate, the basic concept for canning meats, and some people do their meats without even adding water. You can either pre-cook them, obviously, or you can put them into the jar raw, but you want to try to get the air out of the jar. Now, some people want just meat with the juices in it and no water or anything in there. If you're going to add water, I would not add tap water if it were me, because um, you can add drinking water, purified drinking water, and not have the chlorine and everything in it. I would prefer to add a little bit of water in with my meats, but some people cram them so tight, cram the pork or the chicken or whatever so tight down into the jar, and then they carefully push and push and push and push that meat down into the jar to try to get rid of the air pockets. I don't like to have that much air in my pint jar. It just doesn't sit right with me. I haven't read enough to know, the science behind it, but they say when you're canning other things that you need to leave only either half or usually half an inch to an inch of head space, and I usually prefer about an inch to half an inch depending on what you're canning. But the I prefer to have a little water in with my meats, but it just would be an absolute breeze if you're not having to debone it to be able to do 36 pints in a day, and that would be a significant accomplishment. I have done hamburger before. I put water in it, and I used to put, use the dehydrated onions and put them in there with it. It's been a while since I've done that. It was really nice to have. It would be really nice to have if you had a long power outage. So basically, you either pre-cook or don't pre-cook the meat. Put it in the jar. You want to use canning salt, preferably, rather than table salt, because it doesn't have the additives in it to keep it free flowing, um, and it doesn't have the iodine in it. So you want to add salt. Salt is optional, you don't have to put the salt in there. And then get an approved source book like a Ball Blue Book and follow the instructions carefully. And don't do it the way Sally Sue's, mothers, uncles, nieces, I don't know. Don't do it the way somebody told you to do it. Get an approved book when it comes to those kinds of things and do it properly. And you probably should adjust it they tell you to adjust it for altitude. I just always added a couple of pounds pressure, and if it said 10, I just put 12. Generally speaking, all the meats that I ever did in the past, the book used to call for 90 minutes at 10 pounds pressure. And then sometimes it would be over 10 pounds pressure because I didn't have the self-regulating canner. You had to keep turning the burner up and down constantly. Still do have the same canners. That was a mistake. But I want to hurry and finish this so I can publish it. Anyways, and then you just, follow the directions, let it cool 24 to 36 hours. Scrub them really good with soap and mark them, and you're home free. But you should also probably follow the directions when you take them out. Boil them at a full rolling boil without a lid for 5 minutes to help ensure that you're not going to have trouble. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, I'm going to finish quick. God bless your efforts to prepare.